G'day, my name's Jaime Fox and my ILP is Traumatic Brain Injury Transport Protocols. So let's consider Billy. He's 19 years old and he's just got his new car and he likes to drive that car a little bit too fast. So he's driving on Western New South Wales roads that are kangaroo infested. He swerves to miss that kangaroo and has a head-on collision. He sustains a traumatic brain injury. He is now one of Southern Sector's 900 annual trauma patients. He is about 200 kilometres from the Regional Trauma Centre of Wagga Wagga Base Hospital. It does have trauma services, but it doesn't have on-site neurosurgical care. He is over 400 kilometres from neurosurgical care, which is in Sydney or in Canberra. O is dialled immediately. The retrieval helicopter doesn't go that far, so an ambulance is sent out. So I'm sure you're now all wondering whether the time delay in distance is going to affect Billy's survival. Will it affect his future quality of life? And that's the question that I wanted to answer. Does distance and time affect patient mortality? So the way we investigated this is we looked at from when the patient had the accident until when the patient was discharged from hospital, using forward stepwise logistic regression. The variables we looked at were the patient demographic, the ambulance and emergency department vital signs, and also the type of traumatic brain injury sustained. So what did we find? Well, we had 156 cases, and of those, 14 died. And we found the variables of age, whether the person was male or female, the injury severity, the emergency department level of consciousness and respiration rate, and the pathology of the obliteration of the third ventricle predicted 60% of patient mortality. Distance and time were not found to be statistically significant indicators of mortality, but there were data limitations, and further research is required in this area. We also found limitations in trauma registry data. So why is this important for Billy? Well, if we can identify those variables that predict patient mortality, then we can work on strategies that prevent this mortality in the clinical environment. So we can do further research and change those policies. The other thing we can do is work on streamlining trauma registry data quality and ensure that resource usage is optimised and patient mortality is minimised, so we can work further to save patients like Billy.